So you can ban my dark matter. You can ban my summon sorceress. And you can limit my sky blaster from 3 to 1. And you know what? The deck is still insane. What's going on, you guys? You knew this was coming. Thunder Dragons, baby. My baby's one of my favorite decks. This is my updated build. I actually think that this deck is still insane, without a doubt. Yeah, it took a lot of hits, but at the same time, the deck is still able to put up quite a nice board. It's still able to perform quite well, and hopefully you guys enjoy this profile. It's more, it's pretty standard, to be honest. Not as much changes as you guys think. The changes that did happen, I will explain them. You shouldn't be surprised by what replaced some of the cards that were lost, but I think certain things that I haven't seen in anyone's list are things I want to mention, because there's definitely ways to make the deck better. And yeah, if you guys enjoy the video, you guys know what to do. I always say it at the end, but you guys know what to do. But we'll get into it. Shout out to Johnny's Field Center that he's never getting back. We'll get into it. So, Thunder Dragons, you guys. Danger Thunder Dragons with the Guard Dragons, because, it's insane. Also, before I start, if you guys do actually want to see a pure Thunder Dragon build, let me know. I guess we'll say hit this video with 100 likes, and I'll definitely do a pure one too, for those of you that don't want to play dangers. Okay, so normal summons are still Sky Blast, still Solar. Solar's insane. It's become even more important because it really gets everything started. Being able to send Roar is so important. Being able to send whatever and then, trigger off the little Chaos Dragons and then get your combos going is super important. We still play the one Sky Blaster, of course, because, this card is insane. if you open it, you open it. If you open Sky Blaster, it's the dream. Opening Solar Wyba Buster is still the dream, and Sky Blaster is still really good. There was a time that we even ran only 2 copies of Sky Blaster, so yeah, it going from 3 all the way down to 1 did hurt our explosiveness of the deck, but we can still, play these normal summons and they're really solid. And then to replace the 2 Sky Blasters, I have Armageddon Knight and Dark Grepher. This shouldn't come as a surprise. There have been lists already that even before Sky Blaster went to 1, there were lists that were playing these cards. And the reason why is because if you look at Armageddon Knight, when I played the Gumblar loop build of this deck, what I liked about Armageddon Knight was that it was an extra copy of Solar in a sense. It does send the Dark Monster that you need, so being able to open Armageddon Knight, opening Armageddon Knight plus Wyba Buster was still a combo. It wasn't the same because you didn't get the token, but there was still a lot that you could do. And I really value the normal summon of this because being able to, set up your graveyard is really important. And then I honestly think Dark Grepher is insane. I think Grepher is one of the best additions to the deck. And to be honest, it should have probably been in the deck all along. And the reason is having this with, with Nessie, or having it with, just any of the level 5 or higher darks is insane. Being able to go, if you open Grepher Nessie, again, it's the dream because you literally pitch that, you get this guy on board, you haven't used your normal summon, Nessie triggers to search, and then then you can do your thing if you want to discard another card. Like this with Dangers is nuts. So I think this definitely filled the spot of the 6 normal summons that we used to have in the deck. At one point I played 5. I think I played 2 Solars and 3 Sky Blasters, but upon further testing before the list hit, I actually went back to 6. But yeah, I think these 6 are really important. And don't mind the different kind of sleeves. I've been testing a lot of decks. I got different sleeves on stuff, so just a preface there with that. But that's it for our normal summons. 6 really, really good normal summons. Next on to the Thunders. Which I personally feel the Thunders used to be the worst part of the deck. I feel like they may not be the absolute best part of the deck, but they've definitely gotten a lot more stronger, and you want to see them more than we did in previous lists. So, of course, 3 OG, best card. This card really is insane. Everyone has said it. This card does so much. It makes your danger hits better. This plus Sekka's Light is insane. You just start with a billion cards. This card's nuts. It just does a lot. And it's just the easiest way to, guarantee a Colossus. 2 2 copies of Dark, that's standard. 2 copies of Hawk. I've seen people that did play 1, and I'll be honest, I did try 1, and it did work. I understood the reasoning behind it because you would just roar it back, and you didn't need the second one because it really doesn't do anything on its own. However, I feel this is the best follow-up play that the deck has, especially in the Thunder engine, because being able to just have a Hawk for next turn if you don't win after you set up your board is so insane because you just Hawk back another guy. That's another Colossus or another body on board, and that's just so solid. Plus, bringing this out off of Roar's effect is really good, like during your opponent's turn if they attack your Roar, because you put it in defense. 22 is kind of big, and then it bounces to your hand, and then you have the follow-up play. So I really, really like Hawk. I think 2 is the perfect number. I would not play it at 3. I don't think I would play any of these Thunder Dragons except the OG Thunder Dragon at 3. And then, of course, the 2 Roar. And this card's really important because being able, we have technically 4 copies of Solar. We just want to send this. Waiva Buster triggering this is so ridiculous. Like, it makes the deck just go, and you guys already know this is pretty standard. And then, of course, probably one of the best Thunder Dragons, again, is Duo. Duo just does so much. Gets over problematic monsters. Searches you stuff. Like, it does a lot. But that's it for the Thunder package. I don't think it really changed. I know in Atlanta, I played only 1 Roar, but, this was all when we had, Summon Sork and all this, and now we kind of got to up our, just our little bit of more consistency with our Thunder so that we guarantee Colossus. Then on to the dangers, of course, just the good ones. Nessie, Jackalope, Snake, and then I still play the 1 Bigfoot. These cards are still insane. These cards are still legal, like I said they would be. I told you they weren't going to hit them yet. I heard something that Japan is getting all the dangers at once, though, in like some crazy pack or something. So I know that in some shape or form, these 3 will probably get hit. These are the best ones that guarantee stuff. And then Bigfoot is just big, and it's a level 8. It's everything you need. So this hasn't changed at all. Dangers are still broken. I really, really like dangers. Then on to the dragon part of the deck, of course, the All-Stars, 2 White Waiva Buster, and the 2 Collapse Serpent. These cards are still ridiculous. They make the Guard Dragon combo go. It's nuts. Like, what more can I say? I thought maybe they would hit White Waiva Buster, but again, this was a small list, so they made the adjustments they needed to. But one day, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw White Waiva Buster limited, because this card is ridiculous. For the rest of the dragons, hands down the best monster in the deck is the 3 Levee. I don't have the prize card, and I'll be honest, I don't know how good the prize card really is. Literally, I've asked so many people I know that have played it, and I have literally gotten a 50-50 split of either it was amazing or this card was lackluster. I cited it out every game, and this card is the nuts. Like, this card just does so much. It doesn't target, can rip a card. You can still rip 2. Like, people should know that you can still combo, rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand and still set up a board of a nice board, which I'll show you guys at the end. But yeah, Levee card's insane. Really, really insane. I love this card. And then, of course, to go with it, Darkness Diavolos. This card is ridiculous. This card is just good on its own. Its ability, to not be targeted is so strong against strikers, so good against Altergeist. It's good against a lot of decks. Like, I had games, like, I actually took this deck to locals, and it wasn't 100% this list. It was like 1 or 2 cards off, and I did okay. I went X1-1. I got a freaking draw. I mean, it sucks. Like, it was literally... It was a really long game against Pendulums. I won game 1. Somehow I broke his board of like 1 billion negates. And then game 2, he just set up way too strong and my hand was lackluster. In game 3, going first, like it just took too long. We had like a minute on the clock, and I started to make a play, and it was just like before the deck was presented, just wasn't enough time. But I mean, it is what it is. But this card is still ridiculous. And then Eclipse Wyvern card is still ridiculous too. Like, a lot of these cards you're going to hear are ridiculous or good or broken. I mean, all these cards are just good. They're good. And then I am still playing the Morphage Goliath. Now, you can play this or Sloth. It's up to you. I like Goliath. I just always have. So I had games, I kid you not. You can ask my opponents where I literally... My hand was such utter crap. I literally would reveal a danger and then... tribute it in something else for Goliath, and then that would trigger the Diavolos in my hand, and I'd summon the Diavolos and end on this. I kid you not. I actually had to end on this. I think it was only once, but I was just like, well, this sucks, and it actually was It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible either. I didn't auto lose when I did this, but yeah. Goliath is still strong. They can't access their extra deck. That's huge. And then there's a card in our extra deck we play to protect this card. And then, of course, 3-Pot Greed. I mean, I like drawing 2. The card's insane. But that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. Now, one thing I'll mention, I thought about cards like Defrag Dragon, and I thought of, maybe some like additional like combo cards or like some starter cards, and a card that was actually brought to my attention by you guys, shout out to you guys, was this card. This was a card I pulled in my second day sneak preview of Dark Neostorm, and this card's actually kind of cool. So I read it really quick on that video. I was at locals. I wasn't really, like looking at it the way I should. I didn't realize, first and foremost, it reads, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard if it was there when the monster was destroyed, or hand, even if it's not. So it's kind of like a mixture of Diabolos and Defrag. Like literally, say they clear my Colossus or something. Oh, good luck clearing Colossus. But if they cleared, say, one of my monsters, right, I could just bring it out either from the graveyard or my hand, and it has that effect. And then if this card is special summon, I can target one face-up monster on the field, discard 1 card, and if I do, I add 1 monster from my deck to my hand with the same type of attribute as the target, but a different name. So that basically means I could search my deck for like thunders, I could search my deck for dragons, and I could discard a danger. I mean, I think this card is actually kind of cool. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw people trying this card out in place of Defrag Dragon. I like this card a lot, actually. So this is definitely something I would consider. Plus, it's also level 4 or lower, so it does work with the guard dragon. So I mean, that's actually kind of cool. I think it has a lot of utility that I definitely want to visit and test out in the deck. But yeah, card's pretty cool. Just onto the extra deck for you guys real quick before we wrap this video up. Side is of course open to interpretation because the format is still establishing itself. But extra deck. 3 Colossus. I feel 3 is mandatory now. We lost Summon Sork, which means we also lost Reproducus. There really is no point to play Reproducus if we don't, if we really don't need to. So I think Colossus is really important. You want to have him for the grind game. And then the boards we put Hot Red. And then this is the card you should be playing. I know a lot of people want to play Zombie Stein, but that card, I'll be honest, that card's kind of sucks. And the reason why that card sucks, don't get me wrong, I love that card. And when I first played the deck, I loved it. But man, like, its negate is great, but it literally costs you a card and it goes to defense with its weak ass defense. And the way we're playing the deck now, Galaxy is so good because you literally set this up with the Heretic Link, and the Heretic Link brings out your guy, your Amorphage, at 0/0, which means anything could run over it. Well, what you do is this redirects the attack, and it negates a spell. I mean, this card is ridiculous. And it's a dragon. Like, this card is just nuts. So I feel this is definitely the rank 8 you play now. I feel like Zombie Stein, unfortunately, is just not the correct choice. Onto the links, Link Spider for the Sky Blaster, and then actually play all 3 Guard Dragons. They all come up. The regular combo does these, but there's also a way that you bring out Pitsy and it works with Diabolos, and then you could sack off the Pitsy with Diabolos, rip a card from your opponent's hand, and then that with the Levee, having ripped 2 cards makes your Titanic Galaxy. So they're all really, really strong. I know Pitsy was important to the prize card combo, but not having the prize card, we're not doing that combo, but Pitsy is still a ridiculous card. It also helps you when you get hand trapped a lot. It helps you just kind of come back because that brings a dragon from the banished or the graveyard. Like, that really, really helps. So I feel like I should have been playing this card all along, to be honest. And then probably one of the best things to happen to this deck was the Heretic Link, the Seal of Heavenly Spheres. This card is nuts. Like, it helps you get out of the Guard Dragon combo. It makes it so that you can just sack it off, spin it, bounce a card on your opponent's field, bring out your Amorphage, and I mean, it is so ridiculous. I love this card. This card's so good. Like, God, like, amazing Link, amazing Link. And then I've got the 2 Nightmares, which are generic. That's self-explanatory. I think they're still really good. 2 Yugioh, because I mean that's how the Guard Dragon combo goes. I don't know if we'd ever play 3, but 2 is definitely comes up a lot. You do your Guard Dragon combo, you can make another Yugioh, you just draw a bunch of cards, fix your hand, set up your boards. It's broken. They wanted to leave it at 3. That's fine. And then 1 Borreload. I still play this because I feel it's important for the mirror. It helps outing problematic cards. So it's self-explanatory. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That is my updated Danger Thunder Dragon list. I wanted to share it with you guys because a lot of you have been asking me about this list, asking me, you know, how do you play the deck now? Well, there you go. This is my first draft of the deck. Like I said, there's definitely more things I want to test. I definitely want to try out the Omni Dragon. I want to, you know, I might test out Defrag too. Like, I feel like you just need a lot of extenders in this deck. You need cards that are just kind of like free bodies on board, and you know, that help the Guard Dragon combo, help make Yugioh. And I feel that that's what this deck does, and you know, it does it really well. They want to leave these dangers all around, like I said they would. Then, you know, by all means, we're gonna play them. But yeah, I think Thunder Dragons is still one of the best decks of the format. I don't know. I wouldn't go as far to say as it's the best deck of the format. It did get hurt a lot, and I'll be honest, it was in my first build, the one I took to locals, I didn't combo as consistently as I wanted to, but I could still end on decent boards. But overall, I really enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys did too. Like I said, if you want to see a pure deck profile, just hit this video with 100 plus of those things. Yeah, those things, and the bell. I think the bell's here. The bell, yeah. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Any suggestions, always welcome. I love this deck to death, and until I can't play it no more, I'm still going to play it. But anyways, leave me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.